You're watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. Welcome back to another edition of Inside Automotive right here at CBT Automotive Network. With the recent signing of the One Big Beautiful Bill, dealers have new opportunities to tap into. Today we are joined by Kevin Frye, who is the head coach of marketing at Jeff Wyler Automotive Family, to learn how his team is approaching these opportunities. So, Mr. Head Coach Kevin Frye, thank you so much for joining us on the show. And it seems like we're talking sports today instead of car deals. So.
Well, I certainly hope our Cincinnati Bengals can deliver this year. Maybe they could use me as a head coach. I don't know.
Well, that's a clever title, and you guys do make a great team. So let's dive right in here. What are some of the big opportunities that you think that can come out of the big, beautiful bill for dealers to take advantage of?
Well, the first obvious one is that the federal EV tax credit, as we know it, is going to expire on September 30th. And that does create an opportunity for dealers. Oh, yeah. Because if you go out there and you market that and create a sense of urgency, in other words, it's much better time to buy an EV now rather than later, then that gives us a great opportunity to move some of those EVs off of our lots.
Boy, that's for sure. Are you already seeing an increase in EV sales because of that date?
We're definitely seeing an increase in interest. I mean, I think all of us are still struggling to really push EVs. We're out in the Midwest, but the interest level and the lead level has definitely increased. But I also think that's a result of some of our marketing efforts trying to do that.
Yeah. Do you think that the demand for EVs will really drop significantly after that it goes away, that tax credit goes away?
I do believe so. You know, I just spoke out in California earlier this summer, and I think they have the highest percentage right now, around 22% of penetration, but they are just kind of flatlined because they have additional incentives and credits to try and push these vehicles. So it has been a tall task. I can tell you, for us here in the Midwest, the hottest thing out there is hybrids all day long. And I think that's a great a mix between the two.
Yeah, for sure. So how does Jeff Wyler go about marketing a kind of a sense of urgency around this?
So the simplest thing we did was we just put a static alert at the top of each one of our websites to allow our shoppers know, hey, that EV tax credit's going to be expiring on September 30th. And then if you click through on it, we have an informational page that's not only going to describe how the program works, but then we're going to show you the EV vehicles that we have in stock that are eligible for that tax credit.
Okay. Good idea. What are some of the other opportunities that the Big Beautiful Bill offers for dealers?
Well, the big one is the auto loan interest tax deduction. And this one is going to be a bit trickier. So let me address first the big question that all dealers have is which vehicles qualify. Yeah. And the good news is, and a lot of dealers aren't aware yet, the government has created a VIN decoder page where you can go and put the VIN of the vehicle in question, and the government will tell you yes or no whether it qualifies. So dealers should be getting that link, sharing it with their sales managers, their salespeople, and training on how to use it so they can see if a vehicle qualifies.
That's a great idea. Should there be a link, in your opinion, on the website, on your homepage or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
So we created an information page and we added that link to it. But this ties in the second part, and this is where it gets complex, Jim. You can deduct up to $10,000 of auto loan interest per year. That's got to be one hell of a loan, I'll tell you.
Yeah, sure does.
And then it has to be contracted between 2025 to 2028.
Okay.
But the trickiest one is that there are individual requirements to include income requirements. So here is my sage advice for fellow dealers out there. While it's great to share publicly available information, when you get to that part of the question, all of us need to point our shoppers back to their tax advisor, their financial advisor that are going to give them the answer they need on whether or not they qualify for that interest deduction.
Boy, that's great advice because, man, if you advise somebody in a certain area and they come back at the end of the year and go, I couldn't deduct it or I wasn't eligible for it, they're going to be looking at you, right? Going, hey, that's why I bought the car.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm a fairly old salt. I'm 59, but some of the older folks are telling me that they used to have an auto loan interest tax deduction way back in the day. So it seems like they're bringing that back to see if that's going to help incentivize car buyers.
Yeah, for sure. Does the T word come up much in showrooms, in your showrooms, the tariffs? It seems like it's subsiding a little bit, and there's not as much discussion now as there was maybe 3 months ago. Have you
I would
found
say
that?
it is significantly dropped. I mean, it was
Yeah,
primarily right after the election. And in March, of course, all of us saw that big bump
yeah,
in
that's
sales,
right.
people buying ahead. It kind of backed off in April. We then had another strong May. But the economy's been performing very well. The
Yep.
market's performing well. I think all of us have been pleasantly surprised. And
Yeah,
so
for
we're
sure.
not encountering this like we thought we were earlier this year.
Yeah, for sure. How's used cars doing at your store? Are they still running strong, and you're trying to get as many as you can?
Absolutely. And I think we have the same struggles every dealer out there is
Yeah.
acquiring good used cars. It's a highly competitive market. We're doing very well with it. We're working every angle we can to acquire those invaluable
Yeah.
cars.
One of the dealers I was talking to just put a pay plan in place, and he was doing this during COVID as well. Maybe you were too, where you're paying your salespeople to actually buy cars off the road,
Yeah.
and they could work all kinds of previous customers or what have you. Are you doing the same?
We're doing anything and everything to include that. But I gotta share one of the things that is worked to our benefit. There was a transition a few years ago. We did some studies on this where people that were traditionally selling their cars on
Hmm.
like Facebook Marketplace
Yeah.
were scared off by a lot of the fraud out there with titling and
Yeah.
just actual criminal activity, meeting someone you don't know.
Yeah.
Those people are visiting us as dealers to trade in their cars and get a great price. So that's been actually a nice bump for
Yeah,
us.
that's good. That's great. And you're buying them out of the service lane, I would imagine, as well.
Everywhere we can, and the
Yeah.
service lane is a perfect place to go.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, there's usually a bunch of conferences that come up between now and the first quarter. Are you speaking at any of them? And if so, which one? And what are you speaking on?
So the next couple ones I got is Digital Dealer in Las
Okay.
Vegas. I'll be doing a CDP, trendy buzzword or the real thing, and I'm going to give this straight and skinny on our journey and putting together our first CDP. And I think that's probably going to pack the room because there's so many dealers that want to know, is this the real McCoy? I'll give you the straight answers. And then there is a brand new conference this year called Dealer Connect 2025
Okay.
being held at TPC Sawgrass down in Florida. And
Oh,
I'm going to be
nice.
speaking on several panels. And I think that's going to be more of a networking type of format for some leading ideas. And I'm hoping I can see a lot of your viewers out there, Jim, and just exchange some great ideas.
Absolutely. And you'll be speaking at that one as well?
I will. I'll be on multiple panels.
Wow, that is fantastic, fantastic. What's got you up at night, if anything, about the second, or I should say, maybe the last quarter of this year? You think we're going to close strong? Is there any concerns that you've got about anything you're keeping an eye on?
The $1,000,000 question. This has been a tricky year.
Yeah.
I mean, we know our seasonality, right? But the uncertainty level I've never seen like I have in my experience this year because it's just been so hard to judge. But the good news is every time I think something was going to go south, it's gone well. And we've been pleasantly surprised. The thing that keeps me up at night, though, Jim, is how AI is going to transform our industry.
Yeah.
Right now, if you're in the know, it is literally transforming the tech side of our industry every 2 weeks. I have never in my life seen anything like this. I'm excited because I think we're going to be seeing a consumer experience like you've never seen before.
Yeah.
But I'm also worried about how AI overview delivers search results and is changing up everything differently than what we've done in the past. So we really have to rise to the occasion to become better.
Yeah, there's no question about it. There's some dealers that are on the sidelines still about utilizing AI in their stores, and they've really kind of held back from embracing it. But so many people are saying that if a dealer does that, they're just going to leave themselves in the dust, because this is the future of our industry, right?
100%. And last year when we did our UX study, we were asking consumers if they were aware that they were interacting with AI and how they felt about it. We found that over 90% of our shoppers were more than well aware they were interacting with AI. And guess what? They're perfectly fine with it if it gives them quick and accurate answers. And I think the biggest mistake we as dealers make is that we underestimate our shoppers. They're way smarter than we often give them credit for. And guess what? They're already interacting with AI. They like it, and we want to jump on board that bandwagon to drive efficiency, but most important, to create a more consumer-facing experience.
That's right. That's right. Boy, that's so true. No question. Kevin Frye, head coach of marketing at Jeff Wyler Automotive Family. Thank you so much for stopping by CBT News and giving us an update of what's going on there at your dealer group. Very much appreciated. Best of luck to you in those speaking engagements that's coming up. We'll show all the information on the screen here for both of those, the Dealer Connect as well as Digital Dealer. So for those of you that want to go, check out his event, or I should say, check out his speaking event. You're going to love what you see, as he always delivers the goods. So thanks so much, Kevin. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.